Hi, this is James. Welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. Um, After watching the video I posted yesterday, I decided to do a supplemental one because I just want to tell you my story and why I got involved in anti-racism work, why I got out of it, and why I'm back in. I can tell you that I served in the United States Army from 1991 to 1996. I got out. I thought there's no way I could be married and have to move every 2-3 years, but fast forward, I got my degree at Oklahoma State. I got married. I felt the call of the ministry, but my wife at the time didn't want to be married to a minister. So I went back in, realized when I was deployed that I was in fact called to ministry. When we got done with our deployment, we came back to the United States. I filled out paperwork so I could get out and become a chaplain. Now, during my time in seminary, I did what was considered a chaplain candidate, and that's a whole nother video as far as why that didn't work out. I can say it wasn't a problem with the Army. It was a problem with the denomination I was with at the time. So I did a 30-day training session with some chaplains who were at Fort Leavenworth, and I was learning how to do prison chaplaincy. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I actually got to serve communion to people who were on death row. I learned a lot from both of those chaplains. There was a captain in 03, and then there was also a lieutenant colonel who was a chaplain. But the interesting thing was it was in January. So obviously, we have federal holidays throughout the year. Today just happens to be Juneteenth. So I thought it'd be a good time to share a video about why I'm involved in anti-racism work. And I decided to go downtown. There was a church there in Leavenworth, Kansas that was holding a Martin Luther King Day celebration. Well, there were about 100 people there, and maybe 5 people there who were white. Like, wait a minute. I thought this was something that everybody should celebrate. I thought this is something that everybody should be. It's like, yeah, this is a good thing. We need to live out the values that Dr. King taught, and we need to make sure that our country never goes back to the way it was. And I thought, I need to get involved in this. And so, fast forward, my time at Fort Leavenworth is done. I go back to Stillwater, and the city of Stillwater decided at that time to cut out the Martin Luther King Day celebration out of the budget. It was considered a cultural event. So I made it a goal to work with the church that took that on. It was Mount Zion Baptist. I was going to help them promote the event by contacting every church in the area. And there were over 60. Stillwater's a town of about 50,000 people. And over time, every year, I'd be contacting these churches. Some of the pastors would show up. And as they started to show up, they wanted to get more involved. And they got involved in the service, but then eventually conversations started to happen. What can we do during the year to help fight racism? And so the cool thing is, when I left there in 2020, I literally was about to take a new job up in Kansas City, and we did the Martin Luther King Day celebration, not at the local church, but actually at the community center. We had over 30 churches represented. We had over 300 people present, and it was just a tremendous celebration of diversity and people coming together for a good cause, and that is that we are committed to ending racism. So when I moved to Kansas City, I had no idea the pandemic was going to happen. I didn't know that was a thing. And so I kind of backed out because, you know, a lot of events were happening virtually. I think I attended an event online once when I was in Kansas City. And then I moved down here to Central Texas and just tried to get my life back together, working at a hospital. And here lately, I felt this tug on my heart where it's like, okay, James, you need to get back into the fight. You need to get back out there. And ironically, it was N.T. Wright who said during one of the presentations he did that the way you get rid of racism is by making friends who are with people who are different than you are. And I'd never heard anybody else say that before except for me. And it was like, oh, yeah. I need to get back out there. Because the whole point of doing a Martin Luther King Day celebration is to bring people together from various churches. Since it's not meeting on Sunday, you can come together and nobody's going to be like, oh, you're just trying to steal people from my church and the whole sheep stealing thing. It's a chance that the entire community can come together. And so anyway, ironically, that N.T. Wright meetings that I went to, I can't think of but me going down to Houston is what led me to wake up and go, oh yeah, I kind of put this on the back burner because of COVID. Now it needs to be on the front burner. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I can't tell you that I've met a lot of really good people over the years. When I was in the military, people of color, doesn't matter if they're African American, Asian, Hispanic, you name it. Excuse me. Just really good people. And the thought of them getting out of the military and going somewhere and being mistreated just doesn't sit well with me. So, which reminds me of a great verse in Proverbs 18, and we will put it over here. It says, verse 24, there are companions who harm one another, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And I learned in the military that doesn't matter what color skin you have, we typically have more things in common than we don't. And so that's why I do what I do. And that's why I'm against racism, and that's why I'm trying to promote harmony in the community. And my next step is to try to duplicate what we did in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and do that in Waco. So if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. I do want to thank you for being here. We are still trying to encourage people to be like Jesus. So, and Jesus had olive-colored skin, by the way. He wasn't white and European. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this community, and I will see you tomorrow.